And what I made tonight was a 5-pound bag of potatoes. Skin on, and when you cook these things, you don't want them to be like mashed potatoes, but you don't want them very hard. You want them to be firm. You take the potatoes take them out when they're firm. You want to cut them in half like this, cut them down like this, and then you want each part of the potato to be no bigger than about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. Very important. If you go through here and you just chop like this, and you ain't paying attention to what you're doing, hey man, you make crap, you're going to get crap. So take your time and cut them the right way. Okay, now my sexy assistant Emily Russell is going to put the potatoes in the bowl, and we're going to talk about the eggs. Mimi? Okay, the eggs, man, it's real tricky because if you put too much egg in your potato salad, it turns out tasting like egg salad. You do not want to make your potato salad taste like an egg salad. One of the most biggest insults I ever got was I made potato salad one time, and somebody said, "This is a great egg salad." So there's a fine line between too much and too little. And the way I usually do it is when you think, how many people are you going to feed with X amount of potato salad? Well, with a 5-pound bag of potato salad, each person that you're going to be feeding is going to eat about 1/4 pound. So 5 pounds times 4 is 20 people. And you want about 1/2 an egg per person. So, and really, any more than that is going to be pushing the limit. So with the 5-pound bag, I got 10 eggs right here. And I may or may not put all 10 in there. I may just put 8, okay? Now, it's very important also, I don't care how you boil the eggs. Some people boil it, hard boil it for 15 minutes and let it soak for 5 and then peel them. Some people put salt in the water and then boil them. However you boil your eggs, I don't care, man, as long as they're hard boiled and they're peeled. I've got 10 here. What is important is how you slice them, just like the potatoes. Don't go through there and chop stuff. You know, go through there and put some time and effort, put some love into preparing your food, because believe it or not, the more love you put into preparing the food, the better it's going to taste. So what I take is an egg, and I always take the hard-boiled egg, I cut it in half like this. I take the 2 halves down, and I take and cut it just like this. And it's very time consuming, but every slice that I take and I put into these eggs, I'm putting love into that. And it's actually making your potato salad taste a little bit better. Right, Mimi? Again, slice it in half. It's going to take some time, but you know what? Hey man, you got all the time in the world, and while you're doing that, you can be watching football, you can be drinking a cold beer, you can be talking to your wife, you can be hugging on your kid. That don't make no difference. Hey man, the last thing that I want to say about the eggs is, we know about the love, and we know we don't want to just go through willy-nilly and chopping stuff. We want to slice it in half, and we want to do it like this. Hannah, zoom in on this. I mean, we want to cut every egg just like this, right? Well, the last thing you want to do after you get all the eggs just like this, I'll show you, is you don't want to put the egg in the potato salad like this. That's a big chunk of egg, right? So the last thing we'll do is kind of lay it out kind of thin like this, and just kind of give it a couple of chops. I mean, it's okay to do it like that. But you want them fairly big, and you kind of want the chunks fairly big and fairly thin. You know what I mean? You can get every piece of egg in there about this size. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. That's perfect, man. Okay, Emily, you want to put that in that bowl for me? Right now, what we got is 10 eggs. And like I said, we may not put all of them in there, but I'm going to kind of eyeball it and see. Okay, Mimi, don't put any more in. We probably got 3 to 4 eggs worth of boiled eggs here, and we're going to lay it to the side, and we're going to put the rest of the potatoes in. And the next thing I'll tell you about is the pickles and the rest of the condiments. Okay, so we got our eggs and we got our potatoes cut up. We got everything divvied out like it should be. Sexy assistant, would you put that over there somewhere? And I'll put this over here. We don't need it anymore. Now I want to talk about the condiments, okay? The hamburger chips, the pickles, you can use that. You can take and you can slice your big dill pickles that come in the gallon jar, you know, that the kids like to eat at the baseball games. You can use that. What I do is I just use regular dill chips that you use on your hamburgers, and I chop those up, and they look. Come here and get a close up of this now. Basically, I just chop them up into like relish. And you really, man, to me, all pickles taste the same. I typically can kind of skip on the pickles, but one thing you don't want to skip on is your mayonnaise. Do not buy, and I repeat, do not buy Hill Country Fair mayonnaise or Salvation Army brand mayonnaise or any of that crap, because that's exactly what it is. It's crap. Buy Kraft mayonnaise or buy Hellmann's mayonnaise. Spend a little bit of extra money and buy a good mayonnaise. Heck, make your own mayonnaise. But don't buy any of that, because if you put crap in your potato salad, you're going to get crap out of your potato salad. Spend the money on good Kraft mayonnaise. Same thing with your mustard. Don't buy your generic French's mustard, or your generic mustard. Buy French's. Buy something, heck, buy a Dijon or something like that, but put some love into it. Don't buy some crap mustard. And one of the things that I like to put in mine is, people put salt, pepper, garlic, whatever. Man, the silver bullet is Tony Chachere's seasoning. And what I do is, I mix all this, I call this my dry ingredients, is my potatoes, my eggs, my pickles, and my Tony Chachere. I mix all that together, and then at the end, I mix in the wet ingredients. And Emily's going to help me do that. I'm going to get a big old pot that I'm going to pour all my stuff in. And Emily, if you want to help me, you can dump this. All this is the eggs and the 5 pounds of potatoes. There's about 8 eggs in there. There's about 5 pounds of potatoes in there. And she's just going to put it in this pot so that we can mix it together. Okay, put that over there. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to dump our pickles in there. And for a 5 pound bag of potatoes and 8 or 10 eggs, I use about a little bit less than a jar of diced pickles, about this size. You want to pour that in there, Mimi? Yep, just dump it in there. Juice and all. Okay. Next thing, some people like onions, some people don't. If you're cooking for a group that's allergic to onions or they don't like onions, don't put it in there. If you do, then don't worry about it. It's been my experience that most people like onions, and the people that tell you that they don't like onions in their potato salad, you can put it in there and tell them it's not in there, and they won't know the difference. So this time we're going to put onions in it. And what I did was I put about half an onion in there, and I diced it up just like I diced the pickles. So you going to dump that in there, Amy? Okay, Hannah, come in here close, because I want you to look down into the pot. Okay, we got all of our dry ingredients in there. We got 5 pounds of potatoes. We got about 8 to 10 eggs. We got pickles. We got onion in there. The last thing we're going to do is let's put the silver bullet in there. We're going to put Tony Chachere in there. Now, there's 5 pounds potato. And one thing I learned about Tony Chachere is a little bit goes a long way. So probably 2 to 3 tablespoons tops, right? But it's all the dry ingredients are in there, right? I'm going to put this in here. That's about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit less. And I'm going to dump it in there. See how I dump that in there? Look at that. That's pretty powerful. I'm going to put 2 in there. Now what I'm going to do next is mix those dry ingredients in. Just like that. On my bare hands. Goodness. Okay? Once I get all that worked in real good and all that mixed up, then Miss Emily is going to mix in the wet ingredients. Okay. Cut. No, you want to squish them. Okay, you ready? Tell me when. Okay. First thing we're gonna do is we got all of our dry ingredients in there, right? We got our potatoes, we got our eggs, we got our pickles, we got our onions if you want them in there. We've worked our Tony Chastry into the mix. Probably put 2 tablespoons into a 5-pound deal. If you want to get brave, you can put that in there. Another thing a lot of people like to do is dice up some jalapeno. Put some fresh jalapeno in there. We're not doing that, but anyway, you can do that if you like. Well, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the mayonnaise. We'll take our Kraft mayo. We're gonna open it up. My assistant Mimi is gonna dump about half of that jar in there. This is a 30-ounce jar of Kraft mayonnaise, and she's gonna dump about half of that in there. Now, another thing that I want to talk to you while she's doing that, the French's mayonnaise, or the French's mustard, you don't want to go overboard with the mustard because you've already got pickles in there. It's already going to be sour. You only want to put enough mustard in there to make it change to a yellow color. And believe it or not, it doesn't take a whole lot. And when she's done here, I'll show you exactly how much mustard it takes to make 5 pounds of potato salad. She's got about half the jar in there. And I'm going to put one more glob in there, maybe another good glob. You want it good and creamy. Okay, this is how much mustard you put in a 5-pound bag of potatoes when you're making potato salad. No more, no less. You just want to take and just do it like this, do it like that, and that is it. No more. Some people will take and put so much mustard in there and so much pickles. The next thing you know, it's sour, it tastes like crap, you don't want to eat it. This is Larry Legend potato salad. You want to eat this stuff. You want your kids to eat it. You want to take it to your girlfriend's house. This is good stuff. Okay, next thing you want to do is, the best thing to do is take your rings off. Mimi, you got some rings on? Your hands are clean because I watch them. You want to stick your hands in there and you want to give it some love. So reach in there, Mimi, and start mixing that in.
Disgusting. It smells good.
It smells good, don't it? Okay, watch Daddy do it. Here's how the legend does it though. He takes his hand and he does like this. And he squeezes